Yo, Vegabomber here, and welcome to Vegabomber Land. Alright, YouTube, I know you watched my last video and said, man, that's amazing. That's how your 1 and 2 ended up for your best movies? Yeah, I know it shakes a few people up given, how much I love those films. But now I thought I'd talk about the other thing that people have been asking me to do, and that is to talk about the worst films. So here's how I'm going to do this. Let me tell you about the worst films. See, here's the deal. When some films come out, they are so bad, I won't even spend the money to go see them because that's time and money that I can't get back. So really, my list, since there's not anyone paying for me to go see these movies and it's only coming out of my pockets, I'm going to list these are the films that just by looking at either the trailer or reading some reviews or hearing no one talk about the film or the people that talk about the film saying nothing good about it. So these are my, I guess you could say top worst, but these are my top dissed films of 2015, meaning movies that were so bad I chose not to go see them at all, right? And I'm somebody who loves movies, right? And in fact, there is one film on this list that I actually did go see. So out of this top 10, 9 of them are films I just wouldn't even go see, and one of them I went because of a term I'll introduce you to, and it's called guilt by actor association. Because I like this one actor was the only reason why I discarded everything everybody said and went and saw that particular movie. But that all being said, let's get started with the movies I just completely dissed. I disassociated from, got away from, had nothing to do with, and wouldn't even entertain them. And number 10 would be Entourage. Now this was a movie that I put on my list of movies I wanted to go see because this was a series that I actually liked when it was on cable, and I thought it was pretty good there to the end where it kind of got a little, I don't know, away from its original design. I was going to go see this film, but then again, I love these characters, but just what I saw in the trailer was not even compelling enough to make me want to go see it, and I love Ari Gold, and that could have been an opportunity. Jeremy Piven could have been an opportunity for guilt by association, but I still didn't go see it. So Entourage makes my list of films I'm glad I was able to wash my hands of and not even stain my brain with and have to try to get rid of them. Number 9 is Pan, as in Peter Pan. So the trailer didn't do it. The talk about this film didn't do it. And when I tried to find people who had seen it, no one said anything about it that really said, all right, well, at least maybe I'll just go to the matinee. I just said, forget it. Pan can't do it for me. Number 8 is Hot Pursuit. So that's the film with Reese Witherspoon and also Sofia Vergara, which that would be enough to get me to go see it just because of the hot part of that. But something told me, and I just got a feeling that this film was going to be ridiculous. Even to just go and see them act and just admire their beauty wouldn't even be enough. That this film was just, it'd be a waste of 2 hours. And so again, the trailer didn't sell me. People didn't say enough good about this film, and I certainly didn't read anything good about this film. So I completely dissed that film. Now, by the way, if I'm dissing some films that you did see and you disagree with that criticism, well, tell me below. And that way what I can do is I can watch the film on VOD or DVD if you really think it's a pretty decent film, and then maybe I'm just being a little too hard on the film. And that's okay. If it's good enough to see on DVD, that's fine. I set my standards a little lower when I watch things on DVD than when I go to the theater. Because the difference is I'm spending $15 at the theater. DVD, renting it, not as much. So maybe it's a DVD film and not a movie film. And maybe that's another reason why it didn't work for me. Number 7, The Boy Next Door. Now, I wasn't going to see this film. I mean, I like J-Lo. I think J-Lo's a beautiful woman. She's done a lot with her career. She's been in some okay movies, I guess. But the premise and everything else, I just knew this was going to be a Hollywood cliche fest, and I just had no desire. And then the fans who are big J-Lo fans, I asked them what they thought of the film, and even they couldn't give it a higher than 5 percentile, a higher than 5 score out of 1 out of 10. So again, easy for me to diss that film and just step completely away from it and not even waste my time. Because remember, it's 2 hours, you can't get back. Number 6 Jim and the Holograms. Now, this is a movie I wasn't going to go see anyway because I'm not their target demographic. But every now and again, there's a movie that comes out in the year that I probably wouldn't go see. But because there is good buzz about it, I'll go take a chance. I'll go say, okay, well, I'll go check that out. I normally wouldn't watch that film, but if it's good, maybe. Not a chance. This movie, no way. And okay, that was fine enough for me because that let me spend some of my money on some movies I really wanted to see. Now we're getting to my top 5. The top 5 movies that I just completely dissed or maybe went and saw and wished I'd gotten my money back. And number 5 would be Sinister 2. Now, this is heartbreaking because I actually liked Sinister 1 for what it put out. It wasn't a great horror movie, but Sinister 1, the first hour of that movie was great. And then once the kids got in, I wasn't as excited, but I had to give it points. It did some different things. Number 1, by getting a great actor in it, by Ethan Hawke. I mean, usually you don't see good actors in these films. They're just B actors doing a B movie and they just make a lot of money. But Sinister 2, before I even had a chance to maybe go sit down and even think about seeing it, it was already out of the theaters and people were already saying this movie wasn't good, which is kind of what I would have thought anyway. So, Sinister 2, nah. Number 4 is also a horror film. It's Paranormal Activity. Now see, again, I liked the first one. I liked even the second one. I didn't care for the rest of the, series after number 2. So this was yet another film, and again, watching the trailers, they just were not compelling. It was not like, here's something new that we're doing in this film. It was more of, hey, would you give us some more of your money still? Because we would still like to have it. I mean, maybe we're kind of like 1 and 2. No, I had no desire to see that film, and so therefore, I didn't. Now this takes me to the top 3 films of 2015 that absolutely were the worst, and actually, this is the only film on this list that I shelled out ducats for. I went to it anyway, even though people told me that it was not a good film, and I read and I heard bad things about it. I had to see it because I'm a big fan of Liam Neeson. Yes, I'm talking about Taken 3. Mainly because I enjoyed Taken 1 and I enjoyed Taken 2. So I had to see how it ended, right? No, not so much. I went and saw this film, and then as soon as I came back, I did a review on it. You can check and see on my channel my review on it. And I tell my friends don't let friends waste their time and money, right? Many other films, and I have a lot of friends that are big Liam Neeson films. I just straight up told them, no. You will wish that you could go back and get your money back if you saw that film. So maybe if you have to see all of it, you can see it on VOD. I don't know. Number 2, we're getting down to the number 1 and number 2 spot, but number 2 would be Pixels. Again, no desire to see this. This movie to me was going to be like Dumb and Dumber 2, but with video games, and I was like, I didn't see Dumb and Dumber last year because of the same kind of idea. With this, when you put this crew of people together and just the fact that Kevin James was going to be the president and all these other things, no way. There was no way on earth I was going to sit back, or there was no way I was going to sit down in a chair, spend that much money on popcorn, that much money on soda to see a film like that. No way. Not even at the matinee. So straight up diss Pixels. And from judging from what I've heard, good call for me. And now, number 1. That's right. Number 1 movie that I absolutely dissed, stayed as far away from as I could. I could see that it was a train wreck a-coming. All right? Fantastic Four. Had no desire to see this. Felt bad about it because I do like Miles Teller. I think he's a great actor. Enjoyed him in the movie that he was in last year. I can't remember so much now where he was the drummer. It slips me right now. But like Miles Teller, and definitely love Michael B. Jordan, who actually was in a much better film this year in Creed. And you know what I'm talking about if you've seen Creed. That's his swan song. But this movie, Fantastic Four, him as Johnny Storm, never bought it, was never going to buy it. And I don't care how good of an actor, and yeah, I like to see actors who don't normally get a chance to get roles. But Fantastic Four, they failed 3 times with this film. You knew the 4th one couldn't be any better. And again, and maybe we should fact check this. Is this the only movie that has 4, or at least numerous iterations of it, and all of them sucked? Like usually, like for example, in the horror film genre, you could say that Sinister 1, you could make a case that it was good. You could make a case that Paranormal Activity was good. But you can't make a case that any of the Fantastic Four films were really any good, because none of them were. And out of all the superhero genre movies, this is supposed to be the genre that's an easy one to knock it out of the park. I mean, even a movie like Ant-Man, which people liked but didn't do as well in the theater, that movie still did at least $500 million, you know, and that's considered low for a superhero movie. So this movie didn't even do that. I don't even remember the final numbers, but I know it was bad. And that was enough to say that this movie earns the right to be the #1 worst movie, worst idea, worst waste of your time in 2015 is if you sat down and you saw the Fantastic Four. So that's it. Those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions. Do you agree? Is there a movie in here that maybe I need to see on DVD that maybe it isn't as bad as I thought it was? Well, comment. Let me know. And if that's the case, then maybe I need to do a video, like I said last year, about movies I wouldn't see in the theater but saw at home on DVD and liked. I can always do a top 5 of that, right? Anyway, it's your boy Vegabomber once again saying Happy New Year to you. It's January 1st, 2016 at the recording of this video, and I hope you're having fun. Once again, as I teased in the last video, my most anticipated movies of 2016, that's the video that is going to come out after this one. There you go. So anyways, it's your boy Vegabomber, and I am out. You!